Hello everyone and welcome to my official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Bold and the beautiful fans anticipate the return of Thomas Forrester and his son Douglas Forrester Henry Joseph Samiri to the CBS soap opera. Speculation is rife with hints of their reappearance after a 6-week hiatus. Heartbroken after Hope Logan's Annika Knoll rejection of his second marriage proposal, Thomas left town with Douglas, leaving Hope pining for both him and their son. Recently, the storyline has featured Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yomoda, RJ Forrester, Joshua Homan, and Zen Forrester's Dylan D. Met's complicated love triangle, and the shocking revelation of Sheila Carter's Kimberlin Brown survival. The coming week anticipates a controversial wedding between Sheila Carter and Deacon Sharp Sean Kanan, which could see Hope Logan as Sheila's maid of honor, despite Brooke Logan's potential objection. Meanwhile, viewers are left pondering when Thomas and Douglas will make their return. A confrontation between Hope and Steffy Forrester Jacqueline McInnes Wood about Thomas further fuels the speculation. Actor Matthew Atkinson, who plays Thomas, has also dropped hints on social media, posting photos that suggest he might be back at work. Fans are buzzing with excitement to see him on screen again. The recent focus on RJ, Luna, and Zen's storyline might have been a ratings test. But fans are eager for the return of Thomas and the drama his reappearance will inevitably bring on Bold and the Beautiful. Fans of the Bold and the Beautiful have grown increasingly curious and hopeful about the future of Thomas Forrester and his son Douglas. With subtle clues sprinkled across recent episodes and buzz growing behind the scenes, it looks like the long-awaited return of this father-son duo might be closer than we think. Let's dive into the hints, possible storylines, and what their comeback could mean for the rest of the characters in Los Angeles. The disappearance of Thomas and Douglas. Thomas Forrester Matthew Atkinson and his son Douglas Henry Joseph Samiri were last seen when Thomas made the decision to step away from the family drama. His departure followed a series of romantic rejections, family betrayals, and professional missteps. After his final attempt to win Hope Logan's heart was met with firm resistance, Thomas decided it was time to leave town and take a step back from the chaos. Douglas, always caught in the middle of adult drama, had become a focal point in the tug-of-war between Thomas, Hope, and Liam. Fans were left heartbroken and frustrated by how often the young boy was pulled in different directions. Thomas's decision to give Douglas stability away from Los Angeles seemed noble, but it also left a noticeable void in the show. Clues the return is imminent. While nothing official has been confirmed by CBS or showrunners, The Bold and the Beautiful has dropped several major hints suggesting that both Thomas and Douglas could be making their return very soon. Mentions in dialogue. Recently, characters have been name-dropping Thomas and Douglas more frequently. Hope and Ridge have brought up Thomas's absence, questioning whether he's found peace. This sudden uptick in references feels deliberate, as if the writers are subtly reminding viewers of their presence off-screen. Hope's emotional shift. Hope has been displaying signs of emotional distress and reflection. After her recent failed relationship with Thomas and her subsequent entanglements, fans have noticed her revisiting old conversations and expressing guilt about how things ended. This could be laying the groundwork for a dramatic reunion or a second chance. Behind-the-scenes teasers. Social media sleuths have noticed some interesting developments. Actor Matthew Atkinson Thomas has been more active on Instagram, posting cryptic photos and interacting with cast members again. While this isn't a smoking gun, soap fans know that returning cast members often tease their reappearances in subtle ways. Casting rumors and spoilers. Spoiler sites and soap insiders have been buzzing with talk about a big storyline coming this summer. While many details are vague, several sources hint at a major Forrester family shakeup, something that would be difficult to execute without Thomas in the mix. Douglas's school dilemma. One rumored plotline involves Douglas struggling at school or wanting to return to LA to see Hope. This could serve as the perfect excuse for Thomas to return and possibly even reevaluate his custody arrangement. The emotional stakes of such a storyline would be enormous. Why their return matters. Thomas and Douglas aren't just side characters. They're integral to the heart of The Bold and the Beautiful. Their dynamic with the Logans and Forresters drives many of the show's key relationships and conflicts. Thomas's redemption arc. Thomas has one of the most complicated histories on the show. From his manipulations to his moments of genuine vulnerability, viewers have watched him teeter between villain and anti-hero. His time away could allow writers to reintroduce him with a more balanced, mature persona, especially if he's had time for personal growth. Fans want to see a version of Thomas who's flawed but redeemable, and his return could be the next chapter in that journey. Douglas's role as emotional glue. Douglas, despite his age, has been the emotional glue in many of the show's storylines. Whether it's bonding with Hope or calling out his father's past misdeeds, he brings a purity and honesty that few characters match. His presence affects how everyone behaves, particularly Thomas and Hope. Bringing him back into the fold would not only stir up past feelings, but also create new opportunities for character development across the board. Possible storyline directions. So if Thomas and Douglas are indeed on their way back, what could their return look like? Here are a few possible directions the show might take. A custody battle reignited. Thomas may want full custody of Douglas again, especially if he believes Hope is emotionally unstable or distracted. Alternatively, Douglas might express his own wishes, which could reignite tensions between Hope, Thomas, and even Liam. A new love interest for Thomas. Instead of rehashing his relationship with Hope, the writers could introduce a new love interest. This could allow Thomas to grow emotionally and offer fresh storylines. A new woman in his life might also stir jealousy in Hope, pushing her to confront unresolved feelings. Douglas as the center of a mystery or secret. Soap operas thrive on secrets, and Douglas could easily be the keeper or victim of one. Perhaps he overheard something during his time away or returns with information that could rock the Forrester or Logan families. Professional ambitions. Thomas returning to Forrester Creations could stir tension in the design department. Will he clash with Ridge or Zend? Could he start his own fashion line and challenge the status quo? Fan reactions and expectations. The Bold and the Beautiful fandom is already buzzing at the possibility of a Thomas and Douglas return. Many fans feel that the show hasn't been the same without them, especially considering how central they were to the emotional weight of the storylines over the last few years. On social media, phrases like "Bring back Thomas" and "We miss Douglas" have trended on fan forums and Twitter/X. Viewers are eager to see closure, growth, and new drama involving this beloved duo. Final thoughts. While nothing is ever set in stone in the soap world, all signs point to the return of Thomas and Douglas Forrester being just around the corner. The hints are growing louder, the characters are being talked about more often, and the show seems to be preparing the stage for a dramatic re-entry. Whether their return means redemption, renewed conflict, or an entirely new chapter, one thing is clear. The Bold and the Beautiful is about to get a lot more interesting. Stay tuned, because in the world of daytime drama, the past never stays buried, and the future is always just one surprise away.